Welcome to the Confessional Close-Up. My name is Christine CISNEROZ, and I'm so pleased that you are joining me here. Hello, Patriots. This is Christine CISNEROZ, and we are so fortunate to have our dear friend, Phoenix of the Patriot Intel Report, freshly scrubbed and suspended off of YouTube. And what we know is that this is a badge of honor, and this is a wonderful thing, as Phoenix quite frequently says this, that this is where the miracle comes in. And as you know, he has been doing so many things for all of us for years now, including what I loved that he did this summer that really helped me out, which was the flash mob. And that really helped to kind of segue a lot of us into the truth-telling arena, audience, and in the law of circulation. And so this is a time where we need to stand up and be in that law of circulation. So I want to welcome Phoenix. Thank you so much for this very impromptu appearance. And we want to make sure that we know how to help you today and how we can help each other in the days to come.
Thank you very much, Christine. Thank you for inviting me on today. And it's really, really kind of you to do, because, you know, we have been banned from YouTube for a short time, apparently 7 days. And how I got banned, they had removed a video of mine last week from over a year and a half ago. Said that was like hate speech or something weird, and it violated their guidelines. And it was just a random video that I watched. It had nothing inflammatory. Well, this weekend on Saturday, I get a notice that I have been banned from YouTube. At that time, I think it said 8 days. And the reason I had been banned is they actually went through quite some time ago. I'd done an ad for Prayers for 45. It was a very short video, like 2-3 minutes long. It was about being a prayer warrior, and it was like a plug for Prayers for 45. And that was in my video feed because I had that pinned at the top of my channel one time, so people get exposure with the commercial that I did for Prayers for 45. And they actually said, Christine, that that was hate speech and that I was inciting violence. And because I was inciting violence—
You're so violent.
I know, I'm encouraging people to pray. And, you know, it kind of blew my mind when I saw what it was. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That they removed this for that. Now, what's happened, I have one strike left. Now, as you've seen, a lot of people— Mark Dice, X22, all kinds of people have been removed from YouTube. And when they finally do the 3 strikes you're out thing, they take all your content too. I mean, people out there have had years of content vanish in a nanosecond. So I won't be able to upload anything or even comment. I think was able to put one comment in one video, but I can't like post to the community section or anything for until I guess it'd be like this coming Saturday. So, you know, I just wanted to take the opportunity and thank you again for allowing me to do this. Let everybody know to go to PATRIOTINTELReport.com. I put one little thing over there. I have not put any videos there yet. When you get this up on YouTube, Christine, I'll put it over there so people can find it. And I'm going to have to be working off that platform. It's WordPress. I'm not real familiar with it, but I will. I'll get familiar with it. And it's a place where I can't be banned from because it's like PATRIOTINTELReport.com, you know, like we're secure there. Like, yeah, ban that, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, good luck with that. But see, we're seeing this, this craziness that's going on, this upside down world we're in, where Biden's out there, you know, declaring himself the president, and you have world leaders congratulating him. Not one single vote's been certified. They just did a press conference before I came on with Trump's team, his legal team, and his White House team. And they were talking about all the voter irregularities, the lawsuits they're doing. And they stressed to everyone, you know, not one single vote has been confirmed yet. You know, nothing has been certified. And until the votes are certified, you know, there is no president-elect. So not one single state's been certified yet, because there was a lot of contention about what's going on, recounts and lawsuits, and the process is going to have to play out. But what we're going to see is them claiming, once the truth comes out and the fraud's been exposed, that Donald Trump stole the election. They're going to turn it right around like they're doing, like the classic Marxist thing of accuse your enemy of what you're guilty of. So it's going to get pretty crazy. And I think they're shutting down YouTube, Twitter, all the different feeds because they don't want anyone out there, sharing the truth, Christine.
I think that is a very good synopsis of what is happening. It dovetails into everything that we have seen in the media. If you really want to know the truth and you want to keep watching mainstream media, then watch it and just know that the opposite is true. You are being told the negative, literally, as in, when you have a negative of a photograph, it's the opposite. And that is exactly what they're doing. They are reporting lies, which is the opposite of the truth. And so, as you've told us for so long that this is something that might happen, that most likely will happen, it's happening. It is now happening.
In this little presser before we did this interview here, one of the White House attorneys, this woman, female attorney, she read sworn affidavits, affidavits that had come forward about fraud that had been witnessed by whistleblowers who came forward, and she cited all these different things that were happening, and the reporters who were there, they started yelling questions. Yeah, but do you have any proof of these conspiracy theories? And she's like, this isn't conspiracy. She said, these are sworn affidavits. And they listed, they went down through all the factual stuff. And after she would list the factual stuff, the media again would be like, well, this is all Republican conspiracy. How can you say these things when there's no proof they're true? And this lady just kind of looked at the other lawyer. She goes, did you hear me? She goes, I just read this. She said, we will provide you with the lawsuits. We'll provide you with this. She goes, you should report on it. And they gave them a list of names and whistleblowers and people who filed complaints, and the media won't even talk to them. And I found out also that no major network carried that press conference that I just watched. None of them, with the exception of Fox News, and they played like 1 minute of it. I mean, it's sickening. They're totally trying to hide the reality of this from the American people. So whenever the truth does come out, they'll start screaming and yelling, it's a coup, Trump's taking over the election, illegally claiming himself as president, which is just what Biden's trying to do right now. So yeah, one other thing too, Christine, I'd heard, and I know a lot of people have heard this also, maybe some haven't, that the Justice Department cannot legally do anything concerning an election, a major election, for 10 days after Election Day. So that would be on next Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
After that. So Friday the 13th, actually, I believe is like the 10th day. This coming Friday the 13th. So we could possibly see some action from Bill Barr and some other things happening, because I think they caught him red-handed, because they did say the United States military and Homeland Security was going to be monitoring the election in real time to prevent and ensure that no foreign governments, or there was no, voter interference going on. And I truly think, Christine, they have them. I think they have all the evidence. They saw the cheating and the votes moving around in real time. And I think the NSA and Department of Homeland Security have this info. And I think it's going to come out.
Oh, most definitely it will. There's nothing, as we've heard over and over, that there is nothing that is going to stop what's coming. And the amount of money and control that they think they have, and in some ways they do have control of certain things. But all of that added up together is not going to be enough to stop the truth from coming out. And it's not going to be enough to stop those who have been affected by all of their shenanigans, all of their, they're just unsavory tactics. And so it's interesting how things don't, sometimes we don't, pay too much attention until something is really affecting us personally, or even in a professional sense, which I tend to think is personal as well. Especially as we are moving into an economy that we're creating in working with each other. And so what I look at with this is that you're moving to your website. There's a lot of people. I'm, preparing today, the majority of my day, to be able to have my shows up on my website. That this is all perhaps part of the protection. This is part of what we need to go through in order for the next steps to be made. And the cleaning out, the sort of expunging and sterilizing in some ways of the infrastructure that has been so marred, has been so polluted. It has to be massive. I mean, look at what you're saying here. This woman is saying these are the facts, and people are saying, and I've heard it all day today, because I didn't listen to mainstream media until today. I did listen to some, and the amount of people that are saying, you know, oh, the watermark, it's such a it's a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory. Well, I have news. All theories, all of them, no matter if you like them or not, once they can never be proven right. No theory can be proven right. It can only be proven wrong. And that's because once a conspiracy or other kind of theory is there and it has facts, it is now a fact. So it graduates to being a fact. It no longer even sits in the pool of theory. And so what we're seeing is we're seeing all of these facts come out. I wanted to share as well that there was another host, and I had forgotten kind of about his show a little bit, called Out of This World on KKNW 1150 AM, which I was on for 9 years. And I just got told by someone this weekend that that host had been taken out of that station. And he was taken off that station after years of broadcasting because he refused to honor their request that he not interview certain people. Now, you know, right there, that right there, I mean, he is self-funded, as I was. When you can see that they are going that far to put the gag on, to choke out, it's not about them choking out me or you or this host or anybody else. It's about them attempting to choke out the truth. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree 100%. They're doing everything they can to stop the truth. They don't want the truth. You know, the insanity we're seeing of the lies, the blatant lies by the media. It's off the charts. You would have never thought you would see this in the United States. I mean, the blatant lying and covering up of crimes, and you know, but they're masters at it, and they're doing it. But you know, Christine, I really think that. Well, I know this is all going to turn around. Everything for a reason, right? And I think the whole YouTube banning and the Twitter banning, like you said, it's forcing patriots into a situation that they, you know, weren't really doing, and that's become more self-sustaining, more self-sufficient, different infrastructure, like you're saying. And I think that's very vital, because I wouldn't be surprised to see like some of these major places that are booting people left and right actually be taken down, or something like that, like Twitter. It wouldn't surprise me at all, or some type of you know, government action, antitrust suits. You know, we're going to see this, but I think what we're heading for here, everyone hang in there. This isn't over. The vote has not been certified. No, Joe Biden is not president-elect yet. He can't be. It's impossible. No votes have been certified.
Neither will he ever be.
Right. And the media does not announce who the winner of an election is.
Let me just interject this too right there. I love what you just said, because Joe Biden is not our president elect. He never will be, because the true United States of America did not vote for him. They did not vote for him. And honestly, it wasn't even him that some people were voting for. They were voting for the deep state, for the agendas that are there. They were voting for the dark. They were voting knowingly or otherwise. And so what you know, I was listening to John B. Wells' Arc to Midnight. I was listening to the replay yesterday. I took your advice, by the way. I got out of town. I went up to Camp Casey on Whidbey Island, beautiful countryside there. And so I was listening to the replay on John B. Wells. And he said, you know, what they don't realize is that this works the other way too. You want to do that? You want to get up to that? You want to put a line in the sand? Well, all the tactics you're using, they work the other way too. The street goes the other way too. And all of this surveillance, and we've all seen it. We've all seen the lead up to this, all of the problems that have occurred, the deletion of content, the leaving, I left the station, other people are being thrown off of things. This is not theory. These are real lives that this has affected. This is really happening. And what I would say about this is that so many of us, Phoenix, have really benefited from what you've done. And I just put out a little thing out there, a little blurb talking about this, but we need to be supporting you. We need to be supporting truth tellers right now. This is the new economy. This is where everything is going to. We say we want something different. We say we want peace on earth. We say we want a good country that's clean and easy to operate in, and built on the laws of God and our forefathers who put those into action. Then we must take action, because no one can do God's work, and it's not on us to do God's work. It's not our place, but it's also not on God to do our work. And everyone that's listening right now, you are receiving, and you probably have been receiving for quite a while. If you are giving, thank you. If you're not, consider this, that the law of circulation, that is God's law of circulation, it does you no favors, it doesn't help you, and you are robbing yourself when you just get, and you don't give, and you don't support. These things that we're facing right now, this election, this re-election in the future, what our great president is doing is creating a way so that this doesn't, it has a harder time to happen again. But we have to do our part. We can't just sit back and think that we can just listen and, oh, help me, help me, help me. A lot of people have been coming up and saying, I'm desperate, I want to know what's going to happen. But there are a lot of people out there that are not saying that. They are doing, they are busy doing. And that's what we need to do as well.
Yes, I agree 100%, Christine. And, that's how you can be active, people. Like, share, subscribe, things, get the news out. When you hear, that I'm over on PatriotIntelReport.com, send the link out to people. Check it out yourself, bookmark it, tell people. And like I said, it's not populated yet. There's some stuff on there. You'll see some tabs at the top for daily videos that I will be putting up there. Again, it's a new, kind of a little new for me, a WordPress, but I will, get all the kinks of that worked out. But we will be putting stuff over there. And, Christine's site, everybody, Laura Walker's Oracle Report, places that are out there telling the truth and supporting people, just share the information, get it out there, retweet things when you can. But that's also tricky because they're AI. I was kind of impressed because they actually had to go after me, in human form, because the AI failed and they couldn't get me because I was non-monetized too, and I had a little trick there going on. But anyway, yeah, they finally put somebody on the case, I guess. So I don't know.
Well, whoever is surveilling you, hopefully they've gotten a really good dose of red pilling.
Yeah, I hope so. Like I was saying the other day, I'm like, hopefully they're like, oh, that's cool. Like, let's leave this one up for a while. But I don't know. Apparently they finally got somebody's like, that's hate speech. That's horrible. You're inciting violence. How dare you tell people to pray? It's like crazy. It's a totally upside down world.
But you have to admit though, when you ask people to pray, and when you invite them to pray, and when you invite them to come together under meditation and prayer, it is an inciting to violence. It's a violent act against the evil agenda.
Yeah.
So in a sense, that is absolutely correct. And none of us should be afraid to step up like that. None of us should. But if you are not someone that has a channel that is putting content out, I am here to tell you, this is a very difficult work. And to have something the floor just literally fall out from under you is never an easy thing. Even when you understand why it's happening, this is never easy. And we are all on this tightrope. We can't look down too much. We have to keep moving forward. We have to. And so the reason I bring this up is because a lot of the time people think God's everywhere in me, but my pocket, but my wallet. And all of us are doing what we can. I know that Phoenix is somebody that I feel in my own life that has helped me and encouraged me. I always say, we have to meet each other at least halfway. And I would say he is a person that has gone beyond halfway, and he's always the person that does it first. And he's done that with all of us. He's made all of this work for many years, as I have, as Laura Walker has, so many others have done. And we are meeting you more than halfway, and you need to meet us as well. because if not, we are not together. We're not fighting this together. Don't you agree, Phoenix?
I agree 100%. And there are people, really kind people who have helped. I mean,
Absolutely.
really loyal listeners and people who have reached out, just amazing, and really kept things going. Some people don't realize, how important it is and how much it does help. And like I say, thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who has done so, those whom will. And you know what? We're going to get through this, people. We will get through this, the banning, the lies. It's going to get intense. It's going to get crazy here. And we are going to probably see him kind of go off the rails. But it's playing out just like, Q said. And I do believe now that the election is over, well, almost over, still being certified, but, the initial part of it, once we get to these 10 days of darkness of the Justice Department, which will be over on Friday the 13th, which I think is pretty interesting, we might see things really start to take off, everyone. So just be patient, hang in there, stay positive in all of this. And, it's hard for a lot of people. A lot of people are really devastated right now. They feel like it was such a sham, and they feel like there's no hope. But there is. That's what I'm telling you. Hang in there and be patient and just know that God wins. And that's the truth.
That is the truth. And once you find those little areas that you feel, oh my gosh, what is going to happen now? And oh, it's all for nothing. This is the moment to really recognize those places in your faith, to really go there and really build that faith muscle, because it's going to be needed more and more as we move along. And as well, there are people, that figured out, like John B. Wells. In fact, I really have a lot of admiration for him. He was on Coast to Coast for so many years. And one of the things that a lot of us come to, and Scotty Sachs of Sovereign Radio, and you, Phoenix, myself, and I haven't investigated too much about the host taken off of KKNW, but what I will say is this, is that all of us at that moment of decision realized where else we can put our money, our time, our energy, and our faith and our connection to you, the listener. And this is really why we're doing this work, because otherwise, who would do it? Look at the mainstream media. Look at the Mockingbird mainstream media. They would have you swept up in their tidal waves over and over with no second thought. And people like Phoenix and I and so many others are out there holding the line, and you are helping us hold the line. And we appreciate your listenership, your sharing, all of the things that you've done. And now we have to do it even more, because it has to come from somewhere. It can't come from nowhere. And this is where we're all at. So, well, Phoenix, do you have any last thoughts before we kind of close up this short little message, and let people kind of ponder on these points?
Yeah, I would like to finish up by saying, number one, again, thank you very much, Christine. Hang in there yourself, and all of our listeners. We're going to get through this. God wins. Remember, flip to the back of the book. Boom, God wins. And the lies that we're seeing in these attacks, it may get more intense, people. It may get more intense, but that's okay. They're backed into a corner. They're fighting. They've been caught, and it's going to be very intense. But hang in there. No matter what you see, we will see this turn around, and then it might get really crazy. But everything we've been waiting for is going to come about. There's no way that this plan has come this far. And like you were saying and reminding everyone, Christine, nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing.
That's right. And in the end, whichever way it goes, whether it's to our liking or not, we want to know. We want to rest every night, and then at the end of our lives, knowing we did everything we possibly could.
Yes.
To be connected to this and calibrated to God's will, because God's will is going to happen no matter what.
Amen. That is so true.
Thank you so much, Phoenix. Have a great day. Let me know what else we can do. We might have you on again just, before you get off of suspension, just to kind of give a few words out. Want to spread this as much as I can. And we love you, Phoenix. You've done so much. And you guys out there, we're lucky to have him. We're so fortunate to be on this planet at this time. This is the best time to be here.
Oh, yeah.
We are watching epic things happen in God's time.
Yeah, so true. So true. Thank you, Christine.
You bet. God bless. God bless all of you.
Bye-bye.